Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make giant paper poinsettias. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. You could also find the supplies listed below along with the template to cut with the Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines. And there's also a hand-cut version for those that don't have a cutting machine. First, you need 11 sheets of red cardstock paper and 5 to 8 sheets of green for the leaves. And cut 5 of these center fringe shapes on red cardstock paper along with the smaller 2 red petals. You'll need 3 of each smaller petals and a total of 5 of these fringe shapes. I added yellow acrylic marker on the tips, and if you don't have a cutting machine, you will be hand cutting. You will need to cut the fringes like I showed you here. Then we are starting with the center with any color tissue paper. I took 1 sheet of tissue paper and balled it up about the size of your fist. Then I took yellow tissue paper and wrapped it. Then I added glue on the fringes and added that towards the top of the tissue paper oval. Then I glued green tissue paper and added that where the fringes were. I made 5 of these per poinsettia. If you are hand cutting, you will need to print the pattern and stack 3 and cut out the petals and the little pieces that pairs with it on the side. I also had them cut with the cutting machine as well. We need 3 of these smaller petals. Take 1 and fold down the middle, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Then we are fan folding diagonally towards the folded edge. I have a sample fold pattern on the template so it could guide you to make this. When you open it up, you should be able to see these folds make a letter V shape down the middle. Then add white glue on the paired shape and add 20 gauge floral wire and glue that to the back. You could also use hot glue instead of white glue here. You will need a total of 3 of these small ones. Next will be the second size, which is slightly bigger, and I was able to fit both the small and second size on 1 sheet of paper along with the center fringe. Do the same step where you fold down the middle and fan fold to create the letter V going down the middle. When you open it up, I also like to shape out the leaves on the top by curling it away from me. Then gluing the floral wire on top. We also need a total of 3 of these second size. Next will be the third size, which is about the whole size of a letter size paper. And you also need a total of 3 of these and repeat the same fold and adding the floral wire. Next will be the 4th size, which I cut diagonally on a letter size paper to get it as big as I could. And you need 5 of these. You could also use 12 by 12 cardstock paper to get them even bigger if you want to continue on. I stuck with letter size paper for the red petals. I used 12 by 12 cardstock paper for the green leaves though, which we will need 5 to 8 of them depending on how much you want to fill up. You'll do the same steps in folding and gluing the wire for the leaves as well, but this time we'll be adding 2 wires so it could hold a little stronger since I did use bigger paper and my green paper tends to be a little bit heavier than the red one, so this will help keep the leaves sturdy. This part will be for the base of the giant paper flower so it could stand on its own, and the stem. I like to use the Rapid Set Cement All, and I haven't really experimented with other types of concrete. This one has a light gray finish and smooths on its own. Comes in a smaller box if you want to only make a couple, or a bigger bag if you want to make a lot of stands. I'll be using plastic plant saucers that you can find in the plant section as our mold, and I'm using an 8-inch size, but there are bigger sizes if you want to add multiple flowers in one base. I use duct tape to guide my 3/4 coupler of my 3/4 inch PVC pipe. That will be my stem, so that it will come apart to transport in a car. If you are using a different size PVC pipe, get the matching coupler. Add duct tape on only one end of the coupler. These will be found at Home Depot, Lowe's, or on Amazon, and I'll try my best to link all of this below the video. Make sure you are being safe and wear gloves and a mask so you don't breathe in the fine dust, and safety goggles when working with this. I used about 6 scoops of these disposable plastic cups, but I like to work in small increments. If you do a lot at a time, it is harder to mix. You will also have to be quick so it doesn't set while you mix. Then add a little bit of water as you go and mix until you get a pancake consistency. Add more concrete if you need to thicken it. Fill up until you cover just the bottom and add your coupler. I have my coupler connected with a small PVC pipe just so I could hold it on the top. Then fill up a little more until right below the coupler ends. It should take a couple hours to fully set, so while we wait for that, we will now get the stems ready with PVC pipe. I got a pan, ladle, and funnel from a thrift store that I designated for this and not used for cooking. Then you can find playground sand outside or actually buy a bag of sand. I like to have enough to fill up the pan so I could work on multiple at a time, but if you are only making one, you could just use a little more than your PVC pipe could hold. Heat it up until you feel the sand is too hot to touch. Then tape one end of the PVC pipe with duct tape, and the other side use a funnel and ladle to scoop your sand into the pipe. Then fill to the top and close it up with duct tape. And on the ground, you could shape your desired shape. This will look a little different from each flower, so shape accordingly. You could use heat gun or even a blow dryer, but I felt the heated sand gave me the most even heat without kinking the pipe. Then take the sand back out. I also have metal backdrop stands available on my website if you don't want to DIY the stands, or you could also make these and add to a larger vase or pot instead of the stand. Once you have the PVC pipe ready, we will directly add the center on the PVC pipe by using masking tape. Then I take the 3 smallest petals and tape them with masking tape as well, and add them evenly around the green tissue paper center. Then I take green crepe paper and cut out a strip about 2 to 3 inches and stretch it out and use white glue to wrap around the area to cover the masking tape. About 2 to 3 inches below the first set of 3 petals, I tape the second set of 3 petals and do them in between the first 3. Then I continue to glue the crepe paper to cover the masking tape and continue this to the third set of 3 petals, also 2 to 3 inches below. You could also just cut the crepe paper as you go and glue them so they don't unravel. The last set of petals have 5, but I still continue to add just 3 and then add the 2 below that. Then you add the leaves and also doing the first 3 and then add the same remaining as you go down the stem. I made one taller and added more leaves, and I also added some leaves even lower down the stem to just fill it up. You could also add more red petals or leaves as you want. I think these giant paper poinsettias would be perfect for holiday recitals, concerts, parties, classroom decor, home decor, window display, and so much more. I also have regular size paper poinsettia tutorials that are perfect for gifts. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.